Yes. Commercial.
Boom said that laptops got to go.
All right.
Boom.
He said the tablet is essentially taking over the laptop spot.
Boom.
So therefore,
there it is. That's three.
Factor.
That's three.
Yeah.
Laptop's gone.
And he also said B.I.G. is one of the greatest ever.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, everybody. Like I said, bro, a lot of people are gonna say that, but everybody says that. Gino was gonna tell me why.
Okay, tell us why. 3 reasons.
That's what I'm saying.
Reasons. One, shit. He made looks not matter when it came to entertainment.
That's facts.
Period.
But I'll say he wasn't the first one to do that though.
Heavy D
with hip hop,
yeah.
Very true.
You had guys like Heavy D, Biz Markie, the Fat Boys. I mean, I could go back,
but that's fine. But as successful as he was, they weren't as successful as Biggie was.
That's what, that's where I said Puff came in because honestly, you can't deny
Puff
what
needed
Puff
a product
did
to push.
You can't. He pushed Craig Mack, and Craig Mack didn't get pushed like Big.
Exactly, Craig couldn't do it.
Big did. And the thing is. What I said about Big is that the diversity and what he was saying, I get the street tales. Big related to a lot of street dudes. Big told street tales. But that's what Big did.
What, Alfie? What?
I think there was more to it. I think there was more to it than just Big tales. I mean, that's your opinion. Because there's a lot of other people that didn't live in that street, environment that related to him. And just like, not a lot of people knew, Missing You or Sky's the Limit was about a chick or whatnot, because the certain things that he would say in those songs were what people related to. Just like, other songs that, all right, Pac or whatnot, they didn't have positive songs. They have more negative songs than the positive songs people actually know.
And see, that's what... Go ahead.
Simple fact that the impact of when they did do that good song or whatnot, even if it was whether people agree with it or not, it still was talented. It still changed the culture. It still brought people that weren't paying attention to hip hop to hip hop.
Now this is what I'm saying.
Now is that the third reason or is that the second?
No, that was the second. That was the second because that was the second. Because my thing here, and like I said, man, I love Big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm from Jersey. I heard Big. I heard Big on mixtapes before he was out. You know what I'm saying? But the thing to me, when I hear someone like, and I always related these two because they were around the same time. I always related Nas and Big. Mm-hmm. I never related Jay and Big. I always related Nas and Big. And when I hear Nas, I listen to the way, it's not even about the delivery. It's about what Nas was saying. And that's cool. And to me, when I hear Big, a lot of what I heard from Big was a lot of what his experience is coming from a street dude. That's where his experience is coming from. So his raps reflected where he was coming from. I was saying once he actually reached that level, I never heard anything else besides where he came from. And to me, I never heard, and maybe it was just because he was so short. That's why I can't put him into that all-time great range because he never got a chance to expand.
All right, you said all that time to mention that last time. You mentioned that right now. I'm gonna tell you why I think he is the greatest. So I heard you. All right, I hear that, and that makes sense in the short book. So I'll go off for you saying that it's short.
Go ahead.
That's why he is one of the greatest, if not the best. Because for somebody to be as young as he was, to drop 2 albums, not even mixtapes, like everybody have a whole bunch of mixtapes, and years to finally gain the title and who's the king of. How many albums did Nas have to drop before people could be like, I guess he's one of the greatest? People still wasn't. When Nas dropped, people weren't looking at, it's Nas, he's the king. Because when he dropped part 2, listen, when he dropped, I was there. When he dropped that second album, even the Source drew a photo like, all right, is he going this way or that way? Because they didn't know. When Street Dreams came out, they thought Illmatic was going to be the way he was going to be throughout his whole career. And then he's going to grow later on and we'll figure it out. But when he came out with the second one, we knew it was a classic later on. But I knew it was a classic and so on and so on. But the thing is, his second album, people weren't praising Nas like that. They felt he dropped.
Here's the thing, though. And that's where I said Puff came in. And Serge was, and this was something I never even thought about until Serge told me. He was talking more about Puffy. Mm-hmm. Because Puff, nobody really knew how to push Nas. Nas, when you heard Nas, people that heard Nas when Nas first came out,
but that's
were like,
Big's fault.
I'm not saying it's Big's fault. What I'm saying is that Big is also a product of good marketing.
So is Nas. Nas is still
But
around.
Nas is around because of Nas. Who's pushed Nas?
Nas. And if
That's what I'm saying.
I guarantee you, if
That's
Puffy
what I'm saying.
wasn't around, Biggie would still be here.
If Puff pushed Nas, do you think Nas would have a bigger impact if Puff pushed him?
Yo, I don't know.
You don't
I don't
think
think
so?
so.
You don't think so?
Because everybody hate me now. Because Puff even got a try.
But that was because he was rapping on that.
Either way, it was Puff's guidance, and that already people didn't like that. So I can't imagine Puff trying to make shiny suits with Nas when he tried to do it with Biggie, and Biggie pulled it off. Everyone else couldn't pull it off. Locks couldn't pull it off. The Total Chicks couldn't pull it off. Everybody that Puffy tried to touch couldn't pull it off. For some reason, this guy did it. Why? Because he had a style. He could back it up. That's why he was able to walk around in Versace clothes with Kane, even when he had a broken leg, and shoot a video called Hypnotized and make it look like a movie. I'm sorry, Nas wasn't doing that. Biggie made people feel like we could get out the hood and make movies and go to Miami, be on the beach, and have everybody in the clique. That's why I do it, not because of Pac, because of Biggie. Because he had everybody in Junior Mafia popping. Nobody rapped that.
Oh, yeah, one person in Junior Mafia popping.
Little Kim.
That's it.
I got Caesar, and that was cool, but all of them was just dropping. Nobody gave a
else?
damn
Yeah,
about
who
that.
else was in Lil Mafia? Who else was in Junior Mafia?
Biggie made people pay attention to people that nobody really care about.
Just
The
Lil
songs
Kim. That's it.
Yo, but even on other songs, even on Who Shot Ya, like people, he was on reggae songs. He was on. Like, people don't realize the impact he was because it was so long ago. And people are focusing on how technology is always focusing on the image of a sold-out crowd now. But Biggie was doing that. Biggie was singing Juicy and Spring Break at MTV, and everybody was in awe. Nobody seen that. Everybody was used to the same old, everyone's flashing, jumping around. You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. And this nigga's like, fuck that.
Hoochie mama.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this dude came with some 70s soul. You know very well who you are. And they just killed it. He didn't jump around. He didn't have a bunch of cute dances and all that shit.
And the sampling part was Puff.
All right. And
that's what I'm saying. The sound.
So Michael Freeman said the flow was the delivery, and he never wrote anything down.
Whoa, don't say Big didn't write anything down.
Regardless of what,
and it doesn't matter if he wrote it down.
It
doesn't matter if he wrote it down. A lot of rappers write stuff down. I can care less about whether it came off the top or whether he wrote it down. That don't matter. But
the delivery, that's another thing. The delivery. I'm sorry, whoever you are out there, there's nobody that delivered like Big. Who's out there that can make a fucking UPS sound cool? You know what I'm saying? Like
Big Pun.
Big Pun, okay.
I'm saying he's just as big.
There's never going to be an end to this debate.
I'm
going to go ahead.
Listen, can I end my delivery?
Yeah,
Damn it. Everyone keeps cutting me in, and I can't even say shit. Every time I try to cut in, everyone's like, well, but you know what, Puffy? No, it don't matter. Because it don't matter whoever's behind me or whatnot. It's up to me to do it. So I'm not even hearing who's behind somebody, because somebody could be the biggest person, the richest person. If that product don't fucking sell, it don't matter. Any product, if it's not good, it's not good. Put out $1 million behind it. Coke would tell you how long Surge lasts. Now it's back now. They need good fucking reasons to bring shit out.
With Clear Pepsi.
Hey,
Crystal Pepsi.
There you go.
It's
Crystal
back.
Pepsi. They need, you know what I'm saying? There you go. We'll find out how long. But anyway, delivery. Now, freaking, we already know Jay wouldn't really be popping like that if it wasn't for Big. They say right now Jay is the greatest of all time. Blah, 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 this and that. We argue it is what it is. But if people sit there and look at it, they say it because of the style. They say it because he isn't the greatest looking guy or whatever the case is. But he got his delivery. He got the click. He made things happen that people started seeing with Big. And people, Big didn't get that far. But what Big would have pretty much done, Jay-Z did. Because Big had a click. Big had a chick that was there, that was his forefront chick. Big had a man behind him that was taking care of things, kind of like Dame Dash. But like the delivery, how many people were talking about the things that he was talking about? It made it look classy and cool. And that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of things he was saying. He would have the street, music, but he also did something that was fun.
That's my man.
It was a fun song.
It's one of those.
Money, more problems.
It's one of those things with like I said, man. Even you listen to Hypnotize, man. Your daughter's tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Face it, not guilty.
Come on, man. Honestly, I think what it is,
he's talking his life, and that's not. You say he's blasphemer for whatever.
I think what it is
you're a blasphemer for saying he's living how he feels, and then he's bad for that. Even if we don't have to agree. Somebody the other day was like, oh well, if you feel like saying Hail Mary, blah blah blah. I don't agree with everything he said or whatever the case is, but that's not going to have me say he's not talented or he's still not the greatest or people have been inspired by this man. So I mean,
I I personally, I didn't have him in my top 3. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
well,
I didn't
no,
say.
I'm
I
not
didn't say.
saying
Yeah,
that.
and I didn't say. And
I'm
I didn't say.
saying
I didn't say. I didn't say Big
he's
wasn't.
one of the greatest
I didn't say Big wasn't good.
of all time. Thank you guys. You guys got the hip hop little debate. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly.
hang with us.
Yo, I know y'all hate it because you know there was just no chiming
Hey,
in.
if y'all hate it, just log off, nigga. It's a
Yeah.
podcast. It's a podcast. Tune in later.
I think what it was is just more of a. I think it's more of a just New Jersey jealousy overall towards New York
It's
rappers.
all good, man.
No,
Hey,
that's
Giants
not
lost.
Jersey.
Hey,
And I think
the
what it
Giants
is
lost.
it kind of
Why
like
do people
it kind of
mad
trickles
No,
down.
because there's this thing outside of the city of New York. Outside of the city of New York, and now
You guys have
and now
redneck.
the thing is that people don't feel the
And
same.
Joe
People don't
Budden.
feel the same
Joe
way.
Budden.
You got Joe
I'm
Budden.
not even talking about
You can't
Jersey.
be happy with Joe Budden.
Joey.
Bro, you can come down to Florida and people, you can go to Georgia and people say, yo, you can go down to Georgia and people say, hold on, yo, people say Outkast, people say Andre 3000 is one of the top 3 rappers. They'll put Andre 3000. If you go to Georgia, someplace in Georgia, they'll
But
say
Andre
Andre 3000
is
is
dope.
better, but they'll say
But
he's better
I
than
don't
Big.
know.
They'll say there's places in Georgia where they'll say
because
that.
That's how they feel.
Yeah, 'cause they're
That's
close.
what
That's what I'm saying. When you're
how they
when you're outside of that realm,
Yeah.
you might feel differently. Everybody don't feel the same way about Big.
But I'm
It's not
talking
that he
about
didn't make
debate.
impact.
I'm talking about debate, though. If we're saying a debate, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if people want to use numbers, whatever, opinions is one thing. But me, I like to look at like how you guys say
You want
facts.
the facts?
That's all I'm saying. Like,
Like I said, I quote his lyrics. I quote what he said. Even in positive songs, I quote his lyrics. Like I'm saying,
and
man.
that's fine. That's why he was Biggie. That's why he was called Notorious. He really was that, and he played that role. He didn't sit here and do like Soulja Boy came out, started dancing, and all of a sudden you run around with AKs. So it's like he was Biggie. He was B.I.G. and that's what it is.
There you go. Round of applause for that. I think that was a nice rebuttal.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, way to stick up for Biggie.
It was because it's not. Because here's the thing. It's not hard to stick. It's
He
not.
was young, man. He was
It's not
young.
hard to stick up for Big. It's not.
We know.
It's
not.
not. It's not. It's
Okay.
not.
Man,
hard.
it was quiet. It was hard last week.
I was just like, well,
hard.
I didn't want to get. I
But
kind of
I
wanted.
hear y'all. I was like, oh my goodness, y'all
I didn't want to
went
get
away
into
from
that. I didn't want to get into this
Yeah,
type
they
of
want.
situation.
They know what they were doing.
I knew where it was going.
We're
It's
gonna
like,
let the black
you
guys.
you can't ever have a rap debate about who's good because then it turns into like a 40-minute conversation
It goes down.
Trails
because
way
it's
off.
all about perception
That's
and,
right.
and what you
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is what I said last week.
Real the struggle is.
That's what I said last week. If you outside, you don't feel the same. That's all there is to
like. Yeah.
it.
And y'all, I know y'all got debates all the time.
Yeah.
I know y'all out there got y'all own debate. That's how we do.
Send us an email,
That's like-
FlowHioRadio at
y'all
Yahoo.
Y'all
Let
like
us know.
scared. Y'all like
Yeah.
scared to debate
Let's
shit.
have
Biggie
some
dope,
people
or was he just a
chiming.
product of great marketing, like
You
K
know?
Swiss says?
What is it? Tell us how you feel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hey, I stick.
Maybe
I don't,
he's not even
hey,
the greatest.
I don't.
Maybe Humpty Dumpty.
I don't care, man. I don't care. I'll stick by that. I'm not one of those people who's just gonna say something and
He said,
not stick by it.
I own it.
I stand behind what I said.
That's how it is.
And you know what? Hey, Gino stands behind what he says. And you know what? We can sit back and debate it, but at the end
Like
of the day,
Hannity
we
and
still,
Combs.
Yeah.
Like Hannity and Combs.
we still gonna come back and we still gonna do a top 3 and we still gonna do everything else. But
That's
hey,
right.
we feel differently about this
Like
particular
Siskel and
situation.
Ebert.
As we transition
Siskel and Ebert.
to the
Yeah.
new segment,
Yes,
Underrated.
underrated.
I'll basically go first. I'll
Say,
play
oh,
trivia.
you gotta say.
I'm gonna. Can I just do it?
Whoa.
Sorry,
do
hey,
it,
Whoa.
sorry, man. You got in
I
that
do it?
mode. I got in that mode,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
tell,
Let
bro.
him
Yo,
talk a little bit.
Nah.
Because he
Lord
is kind
have
of like the
mercy.
host.
This is usually me, so I'm loving this shit.
All right, so
Yeah.
essentially, underrated is if you want to tell people about something they might not know about. So you just say, "Hey, check this out." In a way, my first one, I got 2 real quick. K Swiss kind of got in my mind and said this one earlier. It wasn't on the air, but Tijuana Flats.
Yeah,
It's better
Yeah.
than Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's real good.
You
They're
eating
good tacos.
you eating Taco Bell
It's not really processed like Taco Bell.
for real?
Delicious, and some of them have bars in them, so
Nice.
you can actually get
Yeah, you
drunk.
can drink. You can drink while eating tacos.
My
'cause
second one,
that's fucked
also K Swiss told me about there's a program online called Spotify.
Oh, you fucking
You could
asshole.
type in the name of an artist. And
Oh, you're so funny.
you can hear
You're so
it's like they
good.
got a vast collection
I
of
fucking
music.
punch you in your throat.
So those are my 2: Tijuana Flats and Spotify.
You're welcome.
Gino Lexus is also on Spotify. I don't know why he never told me about Spotify, but
Like, I want to, like, chop up your body into little pieces